that was my phone talking to the network and just interacting a little bit with the mic. I'm now going to run FSX SE from the target software. This is the second time of asking I'm doing this afternoon, just to see if I can get a better recording. I'm not quite sure why I'm seeing 98% CPU, because those numbers there don't add up to 98, and they're getting smaller as I go down the list because it's sorted by CPU. I can't see why that's 98%. So actually FSX isn't even listed there at the moment, or at least not. Oh, there it is, it just popped in, so it's taking very little at the moment. Actually, I'm going to go back to settings for a minute and we can just see what I've got there. I've got sound. Right, I'm keeping those off so that I've got engine and cockpit only, so no external sounds should interfere. Those are correct, and of course bear in mind that everything works okay for the spit. And they are obviously, the sound are they're common settings, so if it works on the spit it should work on the Cherokee. And at the moment set that all to 0 so that we don't get too much danger of interference from other aircraft. Okay, now I'll go for the flight and load up the Cherokee. Now on the first recording that I did a bit earlier, this took a very long time to load up. Not this bit, but when I actually went to the airfield, it took a very long time to load up, which it hadn't been. I've been doing this morning and it's been behaving reasonably well. Okay, so I'm going to click fly now and we'll see how long it takes to go in. It did take a very long time earlier on, but I had Chrome open with the forum showing. Maybe that was holding things up a bit. At the moment FSX is only 20 odd percent, and this might take a long time again. I don't know. It took a very long time on the previous attempt at recording, and that might have been because of Chrome being open. I don't know. I'm not using push to talk, so all the other sounds in the room, like the clock ticking, and if he pops out, the cuckoo, no, he shouldn't do it this time. Yeah, so all the other noises like my chair creaking and squeaking and stuff, they're going to be there. Sorry about that. Normally I'd just use push to talk to prevent those kind of interferences from occurring. Now, this does take a while. We'll just see if it takes as long as it did on the first occasion. If it does, the only thing I can think of that would be slowing it down like that would be the fact that I'm recording it. In the past, I'm always remembering it sticking at 6% from yonks ago, and then I think it sticks again at about 82%. Since I put it all on the SSD, everything did speed up, but it still took a couple of minutes, I think, to get it going. So I'm hoping that this won't take too long this time. I'm kind of just waffling on really, just so that something is happening, so that you've got something in the background other than just looking at a percentage figure creeping up. I'm hoping I can remember to include all the things that you've mentioned in the posts that would be best to be included. I feel as though this is taking a bit longer again. It might be simply because I'm recording it, I guess. I'm recording using Debut. Debut isn't even listed in the first 6 items on processes there, so I wouldn't have thought it could be taking that much resource or causing that much slowness. I'm not sure how long it normally takes from this point on. I suppose normally I'm not just sitting here watching it, I'm probably doing something else on the other screen whilst it's loading up, then I come back to it when it's loaded. I think it'll stick again, probably at about 82%, 81, 82. So you've got my computer spec on a previous post, and maybe that could be considered alongside this video. But those numbers are only adding up to what? Not even 50%, so why is it showing 99% CPU usage? Perhaps that's just my own lack of understanding. The GPU is very low. Is there a way we can transfer some of this load to the GPU? I don't know. That zoomed straight through the early 80s on that occasion. I think it normally sticks about 81, 82. It hasn't gone above 30% on FSX at the moment, don't think. But most of the time when I've been trying it this morning, it was in the region of 60 to 70 odd. It's very low at the moment. Okay, so it's kicked off with the engine running because I didn't close the flight and make it cold and dark. Whoops, we're rolling. Okay, so I'll make it cold and dark. And then, see, look, those figures there, they're not that high unless there's a load of things down the bottom here somewhere that I'm just sort of giving 1%. Look, the sound's gone obviously, so I'm clicked onto the other window, but that doesn't look as though that's up to 99% to me. Maybe once again, as I say, it's something I don't understand. Right, so having gone there, I'll go to the hangar. I'll give it an overhaul regardless, and Now when I did this earlier there was no sound with it, and I think there won't be again, so we're not getting the gassing sound of the compression. Now see on the spit I get it. I don't get it here. Right, so the aircraft is pretty much ready, and rather than go through the startup process, I'm just gonna hit my S button, which auto starts. I can hear the gyro winding. All the lights are going. It's a bit jerky. What we got here? I've only got about 7 FPS. It is low FPS. I don't know if there's anything I can do to make that better. I think I've heard that making it full screen makes it better, but then I can't access my other monitor, which I always seem to need to. Right. So what I might do now is, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump out, but I'll give a warning first. When I jump out, assuming it behaves the same way as it has been, the engine will be running and will be audible, and it will be loud. There we go. Said so. Okay, so it's running, everything is good. If I interact with, I feel as though it's if I interact with the panel that there's more chance of it freezing. On the previous recording it froze as I tried to pull away, so I'm gonna give that another try and see if it freezes. There's no keep off the grass sign. I probably should have rotated earlier than that, of course, but not to worry. Most difficult to fly without the sound though, and I keep wanting to prop my gear up. Of course I don't have to on this, but I can adjust the trim. I've got that set. So I'm just going to give it a tiny amount. Last time I lost the airfield, because looking around even with track IR is not particularly easy for me. So I'm just going to make a turn, hopefully make a turn and land. Now this belies what I was saying earlier on, because we're looking at 30% on FSX, and it was in the region of sort of 60 or more percent previously. I don't know what the difference is. So I'm going to see if I can make a turn without being really able to see very much. I'll land at Northward perhaps, simply because it's in front of me. Right, I'm gonna put my flaps down, and we should hear it, shouldn't we? But I'm pretty damn sure we won't. So that click was just my button that operates the flaps, putting it down to the first increment. So I'm going to put them fully down. But there was no winding sound. I think there should be, shouldn't there, on the Cherokee? Can't remember. Should be some kind of a winding sound that they're winding down. and see what sort of mess I can make of landing, and then that's probably going to be as much. I've looked at all the settings, I've looked at the instruments whilst we're flying, proven that the aircraft is the engine is running. Well, we're up, that proves that. So we'll see what goes on. I'm going to land on this short strip. Should be right. It is a bit jerky. What, 9.2 now 7 FPS. Worse as we get close to the ground, I suppose, because it's having to update a lot more things. It's horrible flying with no sound. I'm just going to leave it on the runway. I'm not going to try to avoid those people. I think that probably covers what we need it to cover, I think. But once again, as I said on a previous video, I'll check through the points that you're after seeing, and if I need to make another video, then I'll do that. I might even edit them, stick them together or something, so you're getting more than one view of it. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and I'll stop it there and see if I need to do another one.